Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. I know that this is outside of my typical posting schedule, and I do have somewhere I need to be a bit later tonight, so this might be a slightly shorter video, but I really wanted to come on because I am strongly picking up on the energy of a masculine who is telepathically or energetically trying to communicate with a divine feminine who is part of this collective here. This is whoever I'm speaking to, someone who is at some kind of distance from you. I'm feeling this is most likely a physical, geographical distance, although it's also very possible this could be an emotional disconnect or some other form of disconnect here. I don't even really specifically feel like there is a barrier or an obstacle literally between the two of you coming together. It almost feels as though those obstacles have been created, constructed by this person because they are in either a self-limiting mindset or they are afraid. That word afraid is coming out really strongly here. So simultaneously, the masculine coming through here is both feeling a lot of emotion towards you, divine feminine, but also feeling really afraid. The strongest message that came through that actually pushed me to get on and do this reading is I heard this masculine telepathically saying to you, I have never felt this way with anyone before. And I do feel like this is a masculine who may have in the past been somewhat of a romantic. They may be someone who has dated other people casually or connected with other people in the past at a superficial level. They may be someone who's even caught feelings in the past at a surface level very quickly, but connecting with you has shown them a depth of feeling within themselves that they previously didn't know they were capable of. The other thing I kept picking up is something about synchronicities, particularly number synchronicities. Your guides want you to know that the signs you've been receiving about this person and about this connection are not one-sided. I hear, am I going crazy? There may be a divine feminine here who has been receiving a lot of synchronicities, specifically number synchronicities around this person or this connection. I'm hearing things that you may have tried to write off as coincidence because you didn't want to come off as crazy to this person. You may have wondered if you were crazy, if this was all one-sided, because the masculine you're connected to here seems to be a lot more silent about the signs they are receiving. But my guides are telling me they're receiving the signs consciously. This isn't just happening at a 5D, energetic, spiritual level. They are consciously aware that there's something going on here. Now, they might not have the words to describe it, but they're aware that there are way too many signs around the two of you meeting or connecting for it to be a coincidence. Now, they are coming up as the envy upright position. This is a really deeply unfulfilled card, a card of longing. And right as I said that word longing, I have to say I felt a lot of sensual physical energy coming through from this person as well. Because their longing for you isn't just emotional, it's also highly physical as well. I'm hearing a masculine here say, I just want to hold you. I just want to be close to you. Now, it's interesting because I rarely use the Hidden Truth Oracle deck, but I felt really pulled to this deck for this particular reading. And 4 cards came out, a whole trail of energy came out from this specific deck. So right away that tells me, as the deck name suggests, This person's thoughts and feelings towards you are highly hidden. They're shrouded intentionally by them because they are afraid. But the true thoughts and feelings beneath the surface coming out here, I'm going to read the 4 cards that came out from this deck. I feel you even though we are apart. I want to feel that way again. I couldn't let you get close to me. And then in the reverse position, I know I messed things up. The fact this card is particularly reversed tells me that they're unsure whether they messed things up or not. They're almost waiting for a signal or a sign from you, whether they are still allowed to move forward or whether they've done something to put you off or to mess up this connection. I'm getting a lot of energy of overthinking from this masculine as well, that they may be heavily overthinking. I'm hearing the way in which they approached you or approached your energy. This is reminding me of that reading I did a week or two ago about a masculine who tried approaching a divine feminine like a karmic and how it backfired on them. So this could actually be the same person, the same energy coming through this reading, and it's possible that reading video would connect with you as well. But I'm getting a similar message that this masculine tried to approach you or approach this connection in a casual way when their spirit guides, their higher self, their soul was pushing them to take it more seriously. They kept dismissing the signs that they were receiving out of fear. And intuitively, you, Divine Feminine, were aware that this masculine was continuously receiving signs about you, but then writing them off, dismissing them, or trying to ignore them. This dynamic may have become extremely frustrating for you. I'm hearing that you recognized the signs of this connection right away, but you held back from sharing about it with this person because I'm hearing you were holding on to your cards. You weren't showing this person in 3D your whole hand, so to speak, as the saying goes, because although you could sense that there was and is some kind of soul connection with this person, and I will let you know if I pick up on what type of soul bond this could be, but there's definitely a soul contract here. I'm hearing a fated meeting of some sort. You, Divine Feminine, knew this almost instantaneously. In fact, I actually feel that you knew this even before you even received signs or synchronicities. You didn't even need the signs. You simply saw this person or connected with their energy, and you immediately knew that this was someone that you shared a soul contract with, someone that was meant to play some type of role in your soul's journey or your soul's evolution. But I'm hearing poker face, once again, going back to that metaphor of playing cards and keeping your hand to yourself. You held onto your cards. You kept a poker face about it, meaning that whereas you knew the depth of this connection, you most likely didn't share it openly with this masculine in 3D. You were kind of biding your time, seeing what he would do with the signs that you knew he was simultaneously and equally receiving from the universe in a reciprocated way. You trusted that he was receiving signs about you, just like you were receiving signs about him. Now, I want to know more about what this masculine is thinking or feeling. What's going on here? Okay. So we have indecision and the root chakra card. So the masculine here has been really focused on something in his physical material world. This may be someone who has been trying to distract themselves away from their feelings through busying themselves. I'm hearing it's the opposite of meditation. Rather than quieting their mind to go within themselves, they've been doing everything they can to focus externally so they don't have to face that inner part of themselves. Because if they were to really begin to slow down, not even intentionally meditate, they wouldn't even need to do that. Even just slowing down, not distracting themselves as much, they would come face to face with how much they're actually feeling towards you and all the signs that are pointing them towards you. And I do get that in those moments when this person's life does inevitably slow down, whether it's late at night while they're lying in bed at night, while they're doing something very mundane, such as driving or participating in some activity that doesn't require much conscious thought. I'm getting in those times, that is when their mind drifts to you most strongly. I'm hearing they'll come back in out of the blue. I don't know if that is literally how they will communicate with you, like out of nowhere, you will receive communication in 3D from this person, or if this is that they'll randomly pop back into your mind, into your heart, your energy. And of course, I did pull the yin yang card. I said I would let you know if I got an indication of a soul connection. And I have to tell you, this is my number one twin flame card in the deck. So it's very possible that this masculine is a twin flame for some of you. Now, of course, this may not be the case for everyone listening. This also could represent a really powerful soulmate connection. However, what is inhibiting this twin flame or intense soul connection from fully aligning at this point in time in the physical world is that the masculine here is actually feeling self-limited by something. Just as I said earlier in the reading, the frustrating thing is here, in this particular scenario, I don't actually see a literal physical blockage to the two of you coming together. So you, Divine Feminine, may be really confused because you might be thinking, why aren't we communicating more in 3D? Or why aren't we fully together in 3D? Because foreseeably, there's really nothing that should be keeping us apart and hearing we are meant for each other. The interesting thing is that sentiment is actually mirrored. The two of you feel as though you belong together, like your souls belong together. And I'm getting this wave of chills and this really intense emotion that actually made my eyes tear up. It was so intense. And that's just scratching the surface of the kind of bond that is between the two of you. I'm also getting a bit of a side message that when you are out and about around other people while you are connected to this person, especially if the two of you have ever physically been out together in the world in 3D, you have a kind of energy, a shared aura, we could call it, about you when you're together that is extremely powerful. And other people actually notice and might even stare or might even come up and say that you would make a great couple or something along those lines, or they would be thinking that just because you have this powerful, like palpable bond that other people can actually sense and pick up on. What they're actually picking up on is the fact that, especially if this is a twin flame situation, you have an identical energetic signature, a soul frequency. And because of this, you also have a mirrored or shared energetic chakra system. So you are always exchanging and mirroring energy, but when you are physically closer to one another, in proximity to one another, that energy exchange actually becomes amplified because when you're within 6 feet of each other, you're experiencing what we call an auric merge, where your auras are literally merging together in a sense, in a very physical, visceral way. And that is what people are picking up on. I'm hearing you can't stay away from each other. There may be really strong physical chemistry between you, whether this is something that's been explored or not. that just keeps popping up in the reading, and that chemistry, that passion, especially physically, just feels extremely strong here. But again, it appears the masculine in this situation is self-limiting something within this connection. It is his own self-imposed fears or limitations that are actually currently in 3D blocking this from fully aligning between the two of you in a more real-time way. And I am going to channel more into that here. With contract reversed, it could be that the masculine here is coming out of some really heavy karmic cycle in his life. This may be someone who's had a recent heartbreak, or who has recently separated from or left a karmic partner, or who is planning to do that in the near future. I'm not sure why I'm picking that up. This also could be someone who has struggled with something really heavy and dense emotionally. This could be an addiction, a really negative self-limiting behavior pattern, an emotional pattern, something that was very dense. I see this like a heavy cloud that they're working on lifting and releasing, but it's almost as though they feel guilty to allow themselves to come closer to you until they remove or release this self-imposed limitation, this cloud of dense energy that is coming up around them. For some of them, this may be a really intense emotional pattern that they've been dealing with. With thinking man reversed, for some reason I'm picking up that this is a masculine who has a tendency to judge themselves really harshly or be really hard on themselves. And deep down, they want to be the best for you, and they feel as though it would be wrong to come closer to you in the physical world, or to get closer to you communication wise, until they clear out this heavy dense energy around themselves, because they actually really idealize your energy, divine feminine. The word angelic is coming out here. Like, they see you as having this really pure, angelic, beautiful energy, and they don't want to lower your vibration by coming towards you when they still have this denser cloud of energy around themselves, which, by the way, I don't feel that in 3D the masculine has been open about what they're dealing with here. I feel like they've kept this very secretive. In fact, if they ever are in the middle of a lot of this dense, heavy emotion or this karmic kind of energy, rather than communicating to you what's going on, I feel that they'll actually just pull back. They'll just pull away and then come back into your life, or come back to communicate with you when they're in a better state of mind. But to you, divine feminine, I feel like this is really confusing because you feel unappreciated, you feel undervalued with appreciation reversed. You wonder how much this masculine actually cares about you or wants to connect with you. So, very powerful messages coming through this reading. I am going to be pulling one final Rumi Oracle card from here as well. If this reading is resonating, I do invite you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. Also, for those of you who are connecting here, especially as a twin flame situation, I have created a twin flame 7 chakra clearing subliminal meditation. This is really powerful for clearing out that shared chakra system. As I said, within twin flame connection, there is mirroring constantly occurring between twin flames. So when we as one counterpart clear out blockages energetically from within ourselves, we actually are naturally and automatically facilitating those same shifts within our twin as well. So this subliminal contains affirmations targeted to each of these 7 chakra centers designed to release any potential blockages to unconditional love, the most high vibrational and magnetic energy on the planet. As a result of this, you will not only find that you and your twin flame are drawn closer together in the physical 3D world and more in alignment with one another in whatever way that looks like for you personally, but also you will begin to attract more unconditional love into your life from many different sources and directions as well. So this subliminal comes from my Subliminals app, Sound and Soulful, which is brand new in the app stores. So you can search Sound and Soulful in the app stores to try out this subliminal, or you can download the app directly in the pinned comment and description box under the video. Once you do create an account in the app, you can find this Twin Flame 7 Chakra Clearing Subliminal by clicking the Twin Flames category in the app. So I am going to be pulling just one final card to close out the reading here. Wow, this is actually the same card that I pulled in the collective reading at 12 p.m. earlier in the day, and this card is Sacred Soul Sister. So I will be reading a different message for this card than the one I read this morning. And the guidebook here says, "You may see desert landscapes and moonlit nights in your dreams. When so much inner growth is happening, you will soon bloom like the springtime. You may dream of charging up hills with great energy, when in your physical world you can barely muster enough strength to get out of bed in the morning. What does all this mean? This apparent contrary, world upside down, nothing is as it seems symbolism. The meaning is the communication, and the communication is received in repose, in reflection, in quietness and rest. And you must trust. Trust yourself. When something needs to be known, so it shall be. This is necessary, so much less than what we expect. Your lack of knowing is not ignorance. Your unknowingness is your bowing to life with trust." So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. Again, I will be leaving a link to download my app and access the Twin Flame 7 Chakra Clearing Subliminal if that is something you are interested in exploring and utilizing as a tool along your journey. So the link to that is in the pinned comment and description box. Otherwise, I am sending you all so much love today, wishing you a beautiful day, and I will connect with you here again in the next video.